Hello guys, and welcome to the Noob Guide Part 3, Variables, Scanf and Escape Characters. Okay, first pop into Dev C++, and I'll show you an example of variables, Scanf and some characters that I can remember. Righty then. Okay, let me show you an example of a variable. This is an example of a variable. It says int, which stands for integer. Right? There's variable, the name, and you can put whatever number you put in this. You can't put a letter or word in this because it has int, which stands for integer. So you can only hold a variable in it. This has to put a variable in. So right now it's got 9 in it at the moment. Yeah, but if we do this, you've assigned the variable, I mean created it, and you've put 9 in it in a different statement. Okay, let me show you different variable types. Okay, int is like what we said, numbers. A char is character, you know, characters, letters. Float is a floating point number, can hold any numbers with decimal points. And a double is the same as a float, but it is bigger and it can hold higher numbers. Okay, let me show you an example with variables in it. Okay, this is most of what you'll be learning in part 3. Okay, this is the scanf function where the user has to type in a number for a variable. These are the variables like I talked about before. And just talk about the scanf function. This is a function in stdio.h, and what scanf does, it waits for the user to input a number or whatever you could put inside a variable that is assigned there, and when you press enter it continues with the program. Okay, this is %d. This is the thing for that's conversion character for int variables. There are also %s for char character. There is also %f for floating point numbers, and doubles, I can't remember, you're going to have to look that up. Alright, let me put the numbers up. Line numbers. Okay, and after that, so when the program looks at that, it knows that this here is a number variable. You know this here, yeah, you might have found out that that's an AND sign. In C they call it the address of operator. You don't have to put that in front of the variable in the scanf. If you do have to put that there, if this is a number variable. If it's not, and if it's a char or something, then you don't have to put this here. But most of the time, if you're putting numbers, you're going to have to put that there, otherwise it will create an error message. It's the same with this. But instead of asking the user what it was, it prints it out because it's printf. And yeah, yet again, it's comma, then variable, because that's the name here. Then it's get return 0, wait for any key to press, and yeah. Okay, let's test this program out. Okay, here's the program that we have just made. It says type in a number. Type in a number like it says there, printf, type in a number. And then now it's waiting for us to input a number. That's scanf. And then it's looked at that, it knows that we have to put a number into variable. When you press enter, the type of number you put in was 12, and it's not actually, it doesn't know it's printing 12, it's just printing the value of variable, and that we typed in 12 from the scanf, in scanf, it's assigned 12, what we put in, into variable here. And all this printf did was print the variable value here after the number was put in was stuff, and there's get return 0. So you know about conversion characters and variables now. You know that a variable can store a value or something. We'll talk about char next lesson or next part, because char are harder. You will need to use an array or a pointer to put strings in it. We will learn about arrays and pointers in part 4. Okay, I promised you that I would show you how to create a new line this part, so I'm going to show you an example. Right, here we go. Now, this is very simple. You'll know most of this since part 2. So, yeah. It's printf, like we know, what we learned in part 2. Get 0 learned in part 2. Main, part 2. Include, part 2. But you might know what the hell this is. This is called an escape character. You use it in the middle of a printf function. There are lots of different escape characters. Let me show you them. Okay, this is all the escape characters I can remember. There are much more escape characters than just 3, but this is all I can remember at the moment. You can look up escape characters, there are a whole list of them. Each do different things, but these are the 3 main ones that you'll need in your programs. /n is new line. Typo. New line. It creates a new line for the program. Printfs, puts, whatever input or output you do. A is bell. The computer makes a sound. Let me take that out. Test that. Okay, let me show you an example of /n new line. Whoops. Sorry. As you can see, it creates a new line where /n is. Okay. Let me give you an example of /a. This is supposed to be bell. You might not have heard it, but there definitely was a bell in there. Okay, and next is /t tab. It creates a tab. Let me test that out. Okay, this is /t this time, tab. It's horizontal tab. See, tab. If you put 3 T's there, look what will happen. You'll put 3 tabs. Okay, so now you've got the swing of variables, scanf, and escape characters. Next part 4, we're going to learn about arrays and pointers. Okay, I'll see you in part 4.